Alright, well, if you're here with me today, these are going to be an interesting next couple of days. Tomorrow we got the Game Awards that I'll be looking at just to see if there's any trailer announcements, yada yada yada. Friday's my birthday, and Smash Ultimate, and yes, I'm streaming that. So, before any of that happens, tonight we take care of Bayonetta 2. And we just finished the game, that's what we're here for. We got a few more chapters to go. I forgot to go into my character settings before the stream started. We left off as a schoolgirl. Let's put on the handguns. I haven't used those in ever. For this playthrough, I mean. I keep switching to Jean. Yes, Jean's a playable character. Upgrade your main weapon, please help. Let's see, what else haven't I used? I've used almost every costume. Not every color, mind you, but almost every costume so far. I think I'll go with the white variant of this Chinese dress.
Got the right eye for talent.
There is one costume I haven't used yet, but I'm saving that for a certain chapter. What does what mean? You're looking for meaning in something? I'm not sure what you're looking in for meaning for. Alright, onwards we go to the Lumen Sage then. I know about the patch, Nuke. I have not had a chance to play Splatoon because I've been working on some other game. But you must be talking about main power-up. Also, I forgot about this chapter. Main power-up affects all the weapons in completely different ways, and you need to go onto the customization page in order to see what it does for your weapon. I believe customization, I want to say, is you go to... when you pause the game, you go over to where it shows all the abilities. I don't know, I haven't booted up the game myself, so I can't say for certain where they put that information, but it's in there somewhere. I know for rollers, it's damage up, and for splatter shots, it's better ink coverage, but those are the only two they showed off in a video. But back to the matter at hand. We're on a horse. Really, it's more of a unicorn. Now, I said that this game did not have motorcycle sections, and I stick by that statement. It does have a unicorn section, though. Here we go. That went lenient on me there, since we're still figuring this out. I don't know if I like the horse more or less than the unicorn. Your attacks are all based on its horn. We're just rushing through hell right now to catch up to the Lumen Sage. I don't feel like I'm doing particularly well with this right now. Hello, giant monster. In the upper right, it says that the name is Diomedes. That's the name of the creature we're riding right now. I'm so fast it doesn't matter if the ground wants to defy gravity. When you've built up enough charge for an Umbran climax, its horde will they'll get sword beams, kind of like in Zelda. And building charge just happens naturally as you run along, assuming you don't take damage. Like that. Oh, come on. Alright, we're through the first part of the level. Much like the motorcycle in the first game, this just keeps going for a while. Or maybe not as long as I thought. You know, he's such a snarky boy, but we're out to save him anyway. That's just the kind of hero we are.
Must keep interfering.
He still owes me some answers.
Yeah, I really don't know much to say about this scene. It's just what's happening.
So you're saying diplomacy has failed, then?
Dun dun dun.
Or it will be more than your mask that we lose.
He doesn't even act surprised.
Or shall I call Bayonetta?
That seems to be what people call me these days.
Very well then, Bayonetta. You shall be the first Umbra Witch to die at my hand.
As a surprise to no one, Baldur is the Lumen Sage.
On my honor as a Lumen Sage.
You mean it's the same Lumen Sage that we fought in the last game? Yeah. Although I guess now that he's unmasked himself, he's more powerful or something. Maybe he's just more determined, I don't know.
So close.
But Nuke, remember, this game is like the king of retconning deaths. There were how many times Luca should have died in the first game, and yet he's still around. He's human. And Baldur is like an angel, so you think it'd be even easier for him to escape death. Yeah, I know you thought it was him, and you were right. Absolutely, completely right. I don't think I ever outright said, no, it's not Baldur. I just kind of let you go on your own train of thought. I may have tried to steer you wrong about Luca, but still. No, Jubileus blew up in the sun. At the very beginning of Bayonetta 2, they show you that Baldur is falling back down to Earth.
Is that all you've got?
They try to make it look like he died, yes, but Did not burn up in the sun. He keeps getting me with that time freeze.
Is that all you've got?
And there go the frame. Alright, OBS, work with me. Alright, we should be back now. Alright, well, awkward interruption aside. We got a fight to finish. Slowly wearing him down. There we go.
Not be forgiven. He will never be forgiven. My soul is illumined. He will draw his last breath before me.
We had a flashback the last time that showed that Loki supposedly killed his lover slash Bayonetta's mother. Her name being Rosa.
Impossible.
We do have his motivations here.
Where am I? Bayonetta! Get away from me!
Hey, a gold award. I'll take it. What's that oof for? No. Not sure how much you remember of the first game, but this city's name should ring a bell. Maybe give you some deja vu. And this is the chapter where I wanted to use the final costume we haven't used yet, and that is the Witch Apprentice.
Shall we?
Right, there's also one other thing I want to equip. There was a piece of equipment, the Earrings of Ruin, that I have not equipped before, because I wanted to avoid potential spoilers. But this is one of my favorite accessories in the game, and you'll see why. Okay, get me out of this menu. Start the chapter.
I know where this is. I know when this is.
Welcome back to V-Grid. You're in the past. Shop entrance if you want it. Same place it was in the first game. So we follow the crowd. Notice how they're all dressed like us too. This is why I picked this costume. This is how Umbran witches dressed back in the day. We're back before their total extermination. That's another face you might remember from the last stream. Now I see where she gets it from, right?
We will be overrun soon. Gather at the clock tower. We must defend it with all our strength. You're... You?
Chopping up the forces of the heaven, just like we always did.
Is that all you've got?
And if we lay into a few more, we should be done here. I'm gonna turn down my fan real quick. Just can't get enough of us, can you, Mr. Two-Headed Dragon? I'm hoping to build up an Umbran climax here so I can show off what the accessory does. Yep. Here comes the mech. We briefly saw this mech in the very prologue of the game, but it's actually a remnant of the past, and so it fits in a lot better here. Because it's Umbran technology, and if Umbran's dying out, you don't really expect to see it in the modern age. So I brought it with me to the past. Finish him up. So I really like that accessory. Just having the mech around for a little extra power is awesome. Exterminate, annihilate, exterminate, annihilate.
You've been naughty.
That same wall that you have to knock down, they really kept this area intact over the years. Oh, not again with the... Okay. Hey, I dodged. Pro powers, activate. Is this where I'm supposed to be? Ah, here we go. There's a path up. I think I actually got lost in this area my first time through, which hopefully that doesn't happen now. I went backwards, so yes, I did get lost again. Thank you very much, game. The correct answer was down. Alright, another arena. I'll just bust out the mech.
Is that all you've got?
I dodged that guy pretty well, huh? Love how he limps forward as his body slowly dies in half. Alright, an old trick. Just like in the first game, we want to slow down time to get across the environment. But unlike the first game, we want to bust out our giant mech and destroy things. So yeah, on the whole, I would call this one of my favorite chapters in the game, possibly my #1 favorite chapter in the game. Just because of all the callbacks, of all the world building that we finally get as Bayonetta gets exposed to the past. And there's some really good fights here. And who can say no to having what is essentially a second Bayonetta on our side? I just jumped into the lava. Lovely. No, the correct answer was down. Or was it? Am I going backwards again? I praise this chapter and then I get lost in it. Did I go the correct way? It would seem so. Okay, here comes the giant bridge. Oh, no, 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 no. So I definitely dodged the lava. And just button mash like all get out. Drill into his face and you're done. And then you run across his body instead of falling in the lava twice like I did. Chop if you want it. Here we go. Oh, you have gotta be... I take it back. This is the worst chapter ever. I meant to go into the equip screen. So I want to go into items, and I want to equip a bloody rose to the left. More elemental enemies. Nothing a mech can't fix, though. Yeah, that made short work of them. Yep. The statue's falling this way. Guess I'd better follow it. No, guess I better die to a quick time event instead. Also, better lose all my frames. That'll be great. Ugh. Oh, yes. Work with me. What do I have the bitrate on this time? That should be fine. Random. Alright, I truly cannot explain what's going on. There have just been random points in the last few days where... Just random points in the last few days where all of a sudden, after everything's going fine, bam, the stream's dead. But then it fixes itself. I'm not even really doing anything, I'm just waiting for it to get the frames back. Anyway, let's not fall to our deaths this time. Let's actually make this jump. Break on through. If you remember the first game, you'll remember this room. Or what's left of it. Hey, it's another one of you guys. Can't go a game without giant axe then, can ya?
Is that all you've got?
And then the giant man comes out, and it busts your ass in half. That's how vets work. Counterattack, or a punish attack, I forget which we were doing. Here they're both saying fuck off at the same time. More punishment. And the climax to finish. End of chapter. Gold award. But our business in the past is not done yet, and we now have to deal with what history wrong upon them, the witch hunt. Duke, how bad was it? You tried a new weapon and it did not go well. Ugh. I'm sorry. I mean, you know what they say, never try new things. Isn't that the saying? Oh, those are the worst. I take it your teammates were doing absolutely nothing about it. Here's where the game officially reveals that the mechs are from this ancient time period. And we get to play an entire level in one. Yeah. Not just an accessory. This is the entire level. Fighting for our lives in our giant mechs. Maybe I was thinking of this chapter when I said this was my favorite. You know, the enemies can still get you if you're not careful. It's not an automatic win button. See, right there. Still get a spin attack and other things. They also get dashes and I mean, it's just good fun. Like, who needs a panther transformation when you've got jets? And those cargo ships that I was hating earlier in the playthrough, just annihilate them now. I just gotta say, it feels good. So let's have a talk. Giant mech to giant monster. You gotta die. Nice talk. Short-lived, but nice talk. Perfect, you get the giant summon to hold him in place, and I'll crush him with my mech. Or his lackeys, whichever happens to be in my way. And these smaller enemies, I can just dash right through them, and they die instantly. It's another truly good feeling moment. But that's okay, Nick. The only way to get through the rust is to wear it out. Eventually, you will get back in the groove of things. And here comes another one. This one's a quadruped. Yep. Oh. No, no. Stop swiping at me. Yes, stick to the lasers. I can dodge those. Not winning is still good, right? Oh my god. Ah! Dodged your swipe that time, you beast. Oh, it's a control stick. You don't see this too often. And just like Mario 64, we sling the giant beast from heaven into the other giant beast from heaven until it explodes. At least that's how I remember Mario 64. And we fly away in our giant mech. We'll find a weak spot eventually. How do you like that? The head just opens up and there's a giant tentacle with a giant mouth. On to the next head. Hey! 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 I'd blow up your head. Good riddance.
Is that all you've got?
Now for the really big head.
So close.
And they must have a big head if they have an ego enough to deal with Bayonetta and a giant mech. And down goes the giant fortress. Oh, but you didn't forget about good old Justicia with the tentacles coming out of his head. Who could forget this guy? He's gotten a little more rainbow colored since last time. Ugh, thought I dodged that. Each of these things has its own health bar. Oof. Alright, we're going in for another attack. Yes, the middle finger is the ignition key. Deal with it. And we use our crow powers to escape. And I do think we lost our mech for that.
That performance might make the back page of the classifier.
Well, only 2 chapters remain. Now let's change up the costume one more time here. I'm gonna put the rosary back on because I know that was a big thing from the first game that I learned about. As far as characters go, I think we'll just stick with her default costume for the rest of the game. There's only 2 more chapters. Might as well see it as intended. Oh, but yes, I swear to God. It was going red again there for a second. I thought I was gonna have to wait for the stream to start up for a 4th time. Alright, the sooner we get through this, the sooner I can stop worrying about OBS. Here we go. Proof. So I have re-equipped my whips for this, which, by the way, the story reason behind these very overpowered whips is from last time we got them from the ruler of Hell herself. Since I had played the game before, I had access to them the whole time. Yeah, Nuke, I feel that way about things sometimes too, you know? Like, somehow they just get you, even though you know that they were doing something else. Maybe it's just blind luck, or maybe they did somehow notice you, even though you didn't notice them noticing you. I don't know, but it certainly happened. Would this guy die already? He's got so little HP. take my mech back, thank you. No, don't go feeding me. I'm bad for your health. Not bad for your health. Except he's from heaven. I'm like, kinda, sorta from hell, so it works. Now the big guy wants to show up. So does my big guy. Event. Might be a little hard to keep track of what's going on combat-wise here, because, you know, they are throwing quite a bit of enemies at you. We're at pretty much endgame here. Awesome. Glad you crushed them. Keep crushing them. Just get the giant mech and finish them off already. Alright, that ends round 1. Round 2's against this guy. The reason I equipped the Blood Rose Lollipop, that's so that I can do more damage. Look at how quickly that health bar is going down now. Don't be afraid of using red lollipops. I totally dodged. At that time I know I missed the timing, but still. Down it goes. Off into the abyss. Never to be seen again. Goodbye. Ah, does this scene look familiar? This is the beginning of Bayonetta 1, falling on the Umbran Clock Tower. So when they put this stage into Smash, they knew what they were doing. Here it is again. Ooh, pure platinum.
Oh, sorry, love. Kind of miss a bit there.
Little one.
Here to guide you as always. Someone sent you back 500 years, it seems. I see you've already discovered the truth. They don't call you the left eye for naught, do they?
Who are you?
Never mind that. Something more important to talk about, my dear. The witch and the sage are still alive. Trifling creatures, both of them. I must be rid of them as soon as possible. I want what they have. I want back what is mine. The eyes of the world.
What?
The other me escaped to the future, and I can't let him have them. Which is why I must see you eliminated, my dear.
This is laughter. You have a giant meteor? Big deal. I've got this thing. That'll kill it with a headbutt. That's how you kill meteors. Keep in mind, I have a rosary equipped right now, which means that a lot of my offense is going to rely on me dodging for counterattack damage instead of using witch time. So dodging is just as much an attack as anything else in my arsenal right now. Makes it even more important than it already was. Which, I mean, considering its damage mitigation, it's very important.
And now, if you'll excuse me, my dear.
Oh, hey, long time no see, buddy. How's the present day looking?
Got it right. And this gate should lead to... Kid! Hey, pull yourself together. What happened?
Luca, was it? You know the way to Fimbulventr, right? Please, take me there. I remember. I remember everything. I have to hurry.
Are you nuts, kid? We need to get you patched up.
There's no time. Please take me to Fimbulventr, or the world will end. He and I, we are good and evil. Evil cannot be all that is left.
What?
Keep us safe with this. It's my trump card. Please. Just take me there.
Girls passing out in front of me I'm used to. But this is unbelievable. Well, I guess it beats addicting toddlers to lollipops.
Alright, well, we're back in control here. Trying to show off the usefulness of the elemental weapons here by using the opposing elements.
Bad boy.
Alright, now this is really, really cool. We saw this door in the first game. It led nowhere. Here we are in the second game in the past. And we can finally go through it.
Rosa! Rosa!
You saw the emblem on his forehead. He's the one you're really after.
What?
We need to get back to my time. We can open.
Not the frames again. Now it's flashing red and orange. This is ridiculous. Come on, we are so close. Ugh. Are we back? I'm hoping we're back. Alright, let's resume that scene now.
Portal from here.
Quickly! There's no time!
Balder, please take care of Cereza. Our dear sweet child will awaken to her potential. She will awaken to the eyes of the world.
Well, that's gotta sting.
Mummy, no!
There's the full truth of the matter. Hey, I wanna roll with these gold awards. Well, Nuke, are you ready for the final chapter? Chapter 16 will mark the end of the game, Sovereign Power. You know, Nuke, I have thought about Star Allies. It has a lot, and I mean a lot, of side content. I don't think I'd do a full playthrough of the entire game, but I could see myself streaming some of that side content. Why do I have the mallet equipped? That's not gonna do anything for me. I want the earrings. Earrings are what I want equipped. Glad I checked that. Alright. Enter the final chapter. Sovereign Power.
What is this place?
We're in my time. But there's not a moment to explain. We need to get to the sacred mountain now.
What is upon the mountain?
I don't know, but it's where the god who created the eyes of the world once lived. And now someone is after that power.
The eyes. How can we reach that place?
If you contribute in a positive way just by constantly being here, and I fully
Time
appreciate
to
it.
jump!
Jump?
That wasn't a request. Go!
Have you lost your sanity?
Sanity is a requirement for our...
Hey, Jean. We're not leaving you out of this, are we?
The kind of witches you don't fuck with.
Well, that was very eloquently said.
Much better this way, Balder. You actually shut up and follow directions.
I do what I choose. Tell me, how do you know my name?
It's, just the name I heard that witch, the one you called Rosa, call out to you. Anyway, this should get us to Fimbulventer at Mach speed.
The father of the past does not recognize his own child from the future.
Oh my.
How about that?
Angels and demons working together. I suppose if they can get along, we can as well.
Consider this a momentary truce. At least until the encroachers are punished.
Well, that's one way of putting it. Here's mine. Time to tango.
We have a jet fighter section, much like the missile section from the first game. This is also a callback to the fact that we were on a jet at the very beginning of the game, the very kind that Enzo wanted to get for his kids. So, you know, we may not have ever crossed the bridge to this mountain because it may have gotten destroyed like 3 times, but, you know, we just got a jet and flew up there. That's a simple solution. Why didn't we just do that to begin with? Oh, right, because Jean was dead, so she couldn't fly the plane. You think Jean is gonna play Mrs. Claus for Enzo's kids? It may or may not be huge and flies.
I guess you're good for something.
And more rookie enemies. Hey, he's got the spinner from Twilight Princess. Oh, it is Shield-based, man. I didn't recognize him. Yeah, still doesn't make any sense. Alright, now we have demons to fight. If you use A to have Baldur attack in this section, as opposed to using X to have Bayonetta attack, since he's an angel, his attacks are more effective on the demons. They can wipe some of them out in one shot. I'm only just noticing this. I did not notice it my first time through the game. So you can totally go without knowing that, but it helps.
Is that all you've got?
You can also charge up the attacks by holding the button. Although good luck doing that when you have to dodge so much stuff. Hey, the arc. Remember this thing?
Is that all you've got?
At the end of verse 2? Nope, not quite. There's a little more to it.
This piggyback ride is killing my back. Why can't you be an adorable little Cerecita that weighs like 10 pounds?
Ah.
Well, at least your little good luck charm got me where I needed to go, right? We're here, kid. Right on the front door of that temple you were so damn determined to get to. Not sure if they're gonna roll out the red carpet for us.
If it's red, it's probably bloodstained.
Wrong one, mate. You should be looking for your better half.
You've got your memories back. Convenient. But you're certainly not looking like my better half. The only thing you have to offer me is your sovereign power. Then you will be truly worthless.
I'll take care of this, Teresa. Hurry to the temple.
Okay. Sorry for walking in front of the camera like that. It's just I remembered to have to plug in the PC. There's an optional thing down there. But we're just headed right on up. You can actually get a quick magic boost doing by breaking those pots. That'll come in handy for the fight. One last entrance to the Gates of Hell shop if you want to use it. Otherwise, we head on in.
Little one!
Welcome to Fimbulventer, the Lumen Sage, right eye of the Overseer, the Umbra Witch, left eye of the Overseer. Now, everything has fallen into place.
Bayonetta! Get out of...
Balder, this is what I promised you. Your chance at revenge. Accept it freely.
I think he chose wisely.
That is your revenge? Is this not the one who destroyed your world, who destroyed your life? Surely this can't be all you hoped to see. The two of us were once a single being. However, this half said he would awaken humans to the truth of their existence. So he divided our divine power and our very souls in two. We should have become mere shells. But this half left behind a certain power within himself in order to protect the balance our split brought the world. A sovereign power to freely control the eyes of the world. Unfortunately, this one made quite the miscalculation. He had not accounted for the power of evil intent which grew as humans prospered. I couldn't use the sovereign power to control the eyes, so instead, I used the evil hearts of humans to begin to retrieve the power of the ancient god. And all that remained is taking back the one power I do not yet have. The sovereign power. The power this one held within. You managed to escape 500 years before, but it was merely a waiting game. Waiting for you to be reborn. Now the time has come for our powers to become one again. And for me to ascend to the throne as Aesir, God of Chaos.
So, Nuke, remember the very first stream when you said that Loki was Aesir?
My better half.
You were only half right.
It is time to restore your
And I mean that in the most literal way possible.
hands.
Loki plus Lopter
I have the power to
equals
control
Aesir.
the eyes as I wish. Shall I start from the right eye? Take him if it pleases you. He is nothing but an empty container to me now. I have no more use for him. Come now. It is time I receive your power, witch.
Ah, but of course Luca has to show up before he can do that.
Don't worry, I got the kid. You've got my permission to show him your stuff, Bayonetta.
Like we need your permission.
Just some fool always swinging in out of nowhere.
Yes,
With
exactly.
absolutely impeccable timing. I suppose not even a god can see him coming.
Gods do not concern themselves with the lacking.
Oh my god, you hear that? Luca, so impeccable that even the gods cannot see him coming.
Darkness must return from whence it came.
Then just try to take it back. You've destroyed more than you know.
It's the final boss against Aesir.
Come at me with all of your might.
We tried to summon a climax, and he just kind of eradicated it in one shot. And same with that one.
In the end, you are merely human. The eyes of the world hold power, but their power came from that of a god. This god will see those powers returned.
I want to get the camera checked, game. That's some serious red eye.
It shall be. The power of Aesir returns to me, and I shall rule over this world as time demands it.
Oh, did I say that was the final boss against Aesir? I meant this is the final boss against Aesir.
To rule it. A power only meant for Aesir. Human free will is a joke. It is a worthless illusion. You need only obey me. My will shall become that of the universe.
Humans need not be told what their will shall be. We can create our world with our own eyes.
An indulgent statement of human folly. Do you have any idea how
This game really goes into the whole "do we have free will" argument that has been argued since the dawn of time, I imagine.
We may stumble, we may fall off the path, but we always move forward. That is the power of man. Bayonetta, shall we illustrate?
Let's rock.
Balder's working with us in the final fight against Aesir for real this time. Oh, that's not only a fancy health bar, but it is a long health bar. Be prepared to pull out all the stops. They brought in the nukes. Oh, but I just brought out the map. You have to go and activate a cutscene. Some satellite laser. And now it becomes a flying battle. You know how much I love those. Well, with the mech, it's a little better. Looks like we're down to the final 2 health bars, the green and the yellow. Right on time, Duke. I was just thinking the same thing, huh? Again, I was just about to bring out the mech and they go and show a cutscene. Who does this guy think he is? But don't worry, we found a strip pole. We can totally turn this thing around. Okay, I still get to bring out the mech after all. All is well. Meanwhile, with Luca...
Kid, you gonna be okay?
His first mistake was thinking that all I had to me was some shit sovereign power. Stupid fool doesn't get why I'm the better half.
I thought you were all out of cards.
The real trump card's the one you keep hidden until just the right timing, mate.
Oh, that did a thing.
What?
Very much did a thing.
The real power of Lord Aesir, the god of chaos, is nothingness. The power to erase anything and everything from the world. Even the very eyes that created it.
No!
Whoa, hold on for a second, kid. What happens to the world if you...
Any good card player is a gambler, right? Either the world will be destroyed, or it will create its own path. Human free will determine which way things go.
You worthless.
And we finish them with a climax from ourselves and Baldur. Heaven and hell, show your might. That is how instead of Gigaton it said Infiniton. Big Bang bonus. I guess it does kind of look like Jubileus. Oh, but don't worry, Jean's not getting left out of this. I am controlling Aesir's body. I need to make sure it gets into Jean's summon. Kinda like what happened with the sun at the very end of the first game. Except I find this way easier. You don't have to dodge planets for one thing. Don't worry, saving Jean totally helped us save the world.
If it comes to this, it will just begin anew. A return to another place and time. Create a new era. One that cowers to my will.
Shit! He's trying to shed his body and return to the spirit realm. He'll just be reborn in a different era.
What are you trying to do? Do you think you can contain my power? Have you lost your sanity? Sanity is a requirement for our kind. You will never see another era trapped inside me. Only an endless circle of time.
Mate, that's pure evil you're dealing with. It's a poison that will live inside you forever.
So be it. What's wrong can be made right through human hands.
Baldur!
Cereza, listen to me.
You know my name?
If I stray from my path, you must be the one. The one to stop me.
Baldur!
Cereza, just one time. Call me Daddy.
Daddy.
Thank you, Cereza. My dear, sweet.
Anyway, he's finally done right by her.
Seems like the world's still in one piece.
Seems so.
Or at least this version of him that wasn't blinded by his hatred towards the ones who killed his wife.
I believe in your kind.
Yeah, I mean, we know how that went in the first game, where he was truly the villain of it all.
What will happen to you?
I'll just take a little break. This world doesn't need me anymore, right?
Will I see you again?
Hard to say. I'll come back to this world someday. So if you're lucky, maybe we'll meet again, love.
Little one,
I'm not little, and I have a name. It's Aesir. I mean, my name is Loki. And I think you can quit treating me like a kid now.
Then I'll call you by your name when I see you again. As a man. Bloody
And it's
hell.
true, she finally calls Luca by name.
Well, that's fine, I guess. At least I know what I want to be when I grow up, right? See you around, Bayonetta.
Goodbye, little one. And you can call me Cereza.
Sorry, love. but you still don't strike me as a Cereza.
Several days later, Christmas is over. Not in the real world, just in the game world.
Sales are so much better after the holidays. And the distinct lack of acts of God doesn't hurt either.
Fair point.
Can you believe they tore my dress to shreds? Right about here, I think it was. Absolutely criminal. There's such a thing as a time and a place. Time? Oh. Cereza, cat got your tongue? No. No. I'm fine.
Hey, come on. How long do I have to keep doing this? Investigative journalism is big in January.
The gates of hell goes down, and so does your anonymous source, my friend.
Haha.
All right, I get it. I owe you. But I'm not the one with the endless tab. Where is that deadbeat anyway?
Well, those two are getting along nicely. Now, to get those new healers. Come along, Enzo.
Aw.
Damn it! I forgot Enzo. Oh, I was wondering why there wasn't a short, foul-mouthed Italian in earshot. Where did you leave him? He said he'd wait for me in the plane. Again?
What a day! What a day!
Wonderful. That's the second dress in a month. Another day in the life, Cereza. Maybe you should try being nice to Enzo.
Alright, well, Nuke, I hope you see, hope you have a nice night. Baldur heading off and absorbing Aesir like that gives Bayonetta 3 some serious story potential. When that comes out, I will cover it in some extent, but...
You're speaking my language.
Yeah, good night.
There's only one way.
I'm gonna make sure I get through this final scene here before I stop the stream, but you have a good one.
Let's dance, boys.
Ah, here we go. Here's the credits. You picked just the right time to leave. Have a good one. Just like the first game, Bayonetta 2 has the playable credits sequence. This does count towards your score for Chapter 16, so anyone trying to do like a perfect run or whatever, gonna want to bear that in mind. Quick rematch against Baldur himself. actually assign not random weapons, but different weapons to you for each of these. Because there I had to use the swords. I mean, if you use what the game's taught you, then these credit sequences are certainly not hard at all. Here we get to use the mech, so even better. And remind me how much more of these credits we have to go through. It'll revisit the prologue section. Well, it's similar to the prologue section, but it's actually the plane that you see at the very end of the game. I'm gonna skip over these extra credits just because they're specific to the Switch version. Here's your post-credit scene. Oh, apparently I got something new. That's interesting. But I'm not gonna bother with it. Alright guys, Friday, Smash Ultimate comes out. It's also my birthday that day. So good times there, and then we'll see what the future holds. At least until Bayonetta 3 comes out, and then we'll have more of this. So I'll see you guys for another time, another day, another stream. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.